Let's use an example. You have a small business that produces cakes. You bake the cakes yourself. So think of the traditional primary colors, which is red, yellow, blue. Same colors you were taught in painting lessons and other things. These red, yellow, and blue, think of them as the ingredients that you use to make your cake. Now, the process that you use to make that cake, think of them as the digital primary colors, which are not the same. There are red, green, and blue. And then we have another primary color for printing the image. Think of printing as packaging that cake, which is SMYK. These are all really important colors when it comes to creating that cake, or in our case, a form of art. So traditionally, when you think of primary colors, you would think that the red, yellow, and blue would be what is used in digital photography or digital images in general. And that is not correct. We don't have the yellow. Instead, it is replaced by the green. If you notice in the color calibration tab in the Lightroom, you will see a red primary, a green primary, and a blue primary. There is no yellow. So let's look at the primary colors in digital format. Okay, these are the primary colors that are used in the digital world. As you can see, it's red, green, and blue, and it's no longer red, yellow, and blue. Now, RGB is what we call it, is the core of digital colors. Everything is made from red, greens, and blues in every part of an image. And in post-production processing, we can use these tabs to further adjust our colors because there's red, greens, and blues in every part of an image. Now, as we talked earlier, the packaging. If I wanted to print my digital image, I would have to convert it to SMYK. Now, these stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And it's called K because B already stood for blue. So when I need to print my image, I need to convert the RGB values to SMYK. And usually it is a automatic process. Like in Photoshop, you have this option where you go in the values and you change it from RGB to SMYK. And in Lightroom, in the Print tab, you would have to do the same if you want to print your images as a photo book or a singular print. So these are the colors that you need to keep in mind. When you're editing, you will not see a RYB. You would see an RGB. So it's good to be familiar with the values and what each of them are used for. Now let's look at how we could use the color adjustments to enhance the original colors we have in our image. So I have this image right here. It's really colorful, and using the post-production tabs, I have ended up oversaturating the image. Now, what does oversaturated mean? We talked earlier that saturation is the intensity of the colors. Right now, the reds, the greens, the blues, they're all so intense that we have lost detail. Like here in her dress, it looks like a piece of paper was stuck to her. And also in the greens. So when we intensify the color, we lose the detail and we make the photo just look bad. This right now, when you look at it, it kind of gives you a bad vibe because it's so oversaturated, nothing looks natural. And normally your eyes would just skip over this, and you would see it as a bad image in general. Now, this is called oversaturated and not over vibrant because vibrancy does not have the capability of making the colors this intense. That is the saturation tab, which is available in the HSL panel as well as the presence panel in the basic one. in Lightroom, that is. So when you're saturating your image, you want to avoid this kind of outlook as much as possible. Now let's look at the original image and see what we have, what has been done by oversaturating. Alright, this is the colors that are just vibrant. We haven't changed the lighting, which is the colors were just touched by using this. So here's how it was when it was saturated. This is what it looks when it's just vibrant. And this has room for some saturation and for light, but we're just talking about the colors right now, so this is what it looks like. Notice here that when it was saturated, the dress has no detail, but look, right now we have all the details. So the colors are what sets a certain mood in your image. Right now we have this really vibrant green and this red. This gives you a warm spring or summer look. The mood is a friendlier mood compared to if the image was, we had some orange colors here. Maybe she was wearing a blue dress. Colors play a vital part in the mood of our image and how it looks overall. Oversaturating them can completely ruin the image, no matter how much time you spent adjusting your ISO, your focal length, and all that. If you oversaturate your image, you have ruined it. So yeah, you want to pay close attention to how much you use the saturation tab as well as a vibrant tab. You want them to be balanced like this image, so you're not losing detail and you're keeping the excellency of the image. So let's move on to the next lesson where we talk about detail. I'll see you in the next lesson.